知ってますか？人の目の高さから見える水平線までの距離は約 4km なんですよ。
Who the fuck got a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Every now and then, you stumble across a show that stands out against the competition. One that only takes a single viewing to realize that it's gonna stay with you once the seasonal cycle runs its course. I can only point to a handful of newer titles this applies to, mostly because I like my anime like I like my women. Ask me again when I hit 1 million subs. People say you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but frankly, they're wrong. Titles give you an idea of the story's main theme, and the art helps to guide your interpretation of what's underneath. It's not everything though, and that's by design. All the cover is supposed to do is get the gears turning in your brain, put some arbitrary questions in your head, convince you to read that first page or watch those first 30 seconds. Now, despite how important I'm making it sound, its effect on the story itself is pretty small. The cover doesn't carry the story. It won't make up for shoddy writing or boring characters. But no one's gonna know about those problems unless they actually bothered to pick it up. And for that to happen, there needs to be something that catches the eye. Something like an interesting cover. Something like a cute girl in a Playboy bunny outfit.
Please help me.
Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, a long-winded title for a short narrative gag. A story about the supernatural without the supernatural. A harem show with one of the most intimate and endearing couples in anime. A show that feels so fresh despite treading the same ground as industry giants. I just wish it had the parentheses in there for an easy Ava homage, but I guess it's too late for that now. But you know what it's not too late for? Teen romance. Just because you missed out doesn't mean the rest of us have to. Sakta is a loser loner, literally me high schooler who does something that's only possible in fiction. He meets a potential wife at the library. Now, this girl, a former showbiz celebrity, is having trouble being noticed. And she's not the only one suffering from some kind of teenage-related affliction. High school drama, body image issues, feeling like you don't belong, and running away from reality. The pillars of growing up. Sakta, sometimes assisted by his only 2 friends, helps each of these girls with sincere, but also sarcastic, conversations and confrontations.
双葉、ちょっといいか？
どうしてことごとく入浴中に話しかけてくるわけ？
ドア一枚向こうに裸の女子がいるって興奮するから。
This is the bread and butter of the show, by the way. And you know I love me that standing around talking kind of show. Especially when the ones doing the talking are interesting and fun to listen to. I need more MCs like Sakta. Give us some protags with backbone and confidence. Guys who aren't gonna get all flustered when she actually replies. Now, sometimes you can be a bit nasty.
そんなにイライラして生理か？
But I'll take that over generic white knight any day of the week. Except Sunday. Bunny Girl Senpai isn't the first show to tackle what it's like going through that period in your life when you started to look at girls more than your DS. Do I need to update that analogy for the, oh, right. Never mind. Plenty of other anime deal with teenagers coming into their own with some Donnie Darko wackiness for flavor. Bunny Girl Senpai often gets compared to the Melancholy of Mid and the Monogatari series of unfortunate events, and if you've seen either or both of those shows, you know why. Loner high school protagonist who meets an interesting girl under peculiar circumstances, check. Subsequent episodes adding additional interesting girls to the high schooler's harem, check. Weird supernatural entities, check. Lots of talking, check. Haircuts, check. Okay, now I'm just being silly. The point is that there's a lot of similarities, but that doesn't make the show any less enjoyable. There's nothing wrong with taking some inspiration from the things you like and tweaking certain elements that didn't quite work for you to create something that's still your own. Even if echoes of established stories persist in the final product, it's not a shameless ripoff, it's a respectful homage. At least, that's how it comes across to me. But even if it's not, it's like I always say, good artist copy, great artist steal.
Wait a minute!
But yeah, these 3 shows, they're pretty similar. Although, I feel like they can all coexist with one another. I mean, let's face it, Haruhi was big back in the day, but its popularity took a nosedive with the 3rd season we never got. Plus, it had some glaring issues that held back an otherwise great anime. The most infamous being that endless 8 arc, which is just 8 episodes of the same events over and over because Haruhi is an angry god. Now, when Bunny Girl Senpai did the same time loop scenario, it only lasts 2 episodes, and it's filled with more new stuff and scenarios and all that jazz. As for the characters, the MCs are kind of similar, but Mai is like the complete opposite of Haruhi, and the personalities of the other members of the brigade don't match up with their Bunny Girl counterparts. Plus, this anime goes for a more reserved style of dialogue. More often than not, characters will go back and forth with each other without skipping a beat. There's not too many reaction image.jpg moments like in Haruhi and a lot of other shows, so those moments when Sakta decides to ditch the monotone delivery feel just a little more special. As for Monogatari, it's close, but no cigar, a cigarette at best. Sakta and Araragi may both be sarcastic perverts, but there's only one that I'd ask to leave the door open when a chick is involved. Mai, on the other hand, she's fairly close to Senjo Gahara in speech and style, but slightly less abusive and mentally ill. You know, that last part kind of applies to the rest of the characters too. If I wanted to be mean, I would call Bunny Girl Senpai a discount Monogatari. But I'm not gonna do that because, well, I just don't think it's accurate. Instead, I'd say it's Monogatari, but for a more casual audience. And that's a good thing. It means I don't have to worry about gatekeeping my favorite anime series since the normies are gonna choose this one instead. No, but really, it means you get a show with a lot of the same charm as Monogatari without that incessant need to analyze every frame to prove that the author isn't a hack with Coomer tendencies. It's just a nice, comfortable anime with a bit of banter and some tender moments.
私握っていいなんて言ってない。
僕は握りたい。
Despite Sakta's nasty personality, he really comes off as a true bro. He's not afraid of pissing off people if that's what it takes to save them. He'll do pretty much anything in his power, however reckless and stupid. He's fine with playing the part of the scumbag, but underneath it all, he's a genuinely good person who tries his best to muddy his own image. Last thing is the OST. Why is it so difficult to track down? I had to rely on the, kindness of strangers to get some of these tracks. It's amazing, and it makes the emotional parts way more emotional and the chill parts way more chill. And do I really need to mention that opening? I mean, come on, we've all heard it, the Peggies are great. But what you may not know is that the newest movie is just around the corner, which is kind of why I'm making this video now. I, for one, am very excited to wait a year for the Blu-ray release. It's probably for the best that Bunny Girl Senpai opted for the movie approach. It lets each arc play out in full with less constraints that come with a TV time slot. I mean, those first 3 episodes already felt like they should have been combined. You know, I guess that's why Oshinoko had the 90-minute episode 1. Anyways, that's all I got this time around, so until next time, Ave Maria, Deus Volts, and if you don't think Mai is best girl, then you're not gonna make it.